all, and welcome back to the Hot Zone. I am hot and I'm chilling in a hot zone. I realized one thing about me. I love watches. I love watches so much. Plus I got a fresh cut. Yo! But today I just want to talk about something. Time. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. I saw a post that once said that if you have time, you can't have anything else. Like, you cannot need anything else. And I'm talking about, okay, shop. Obviously, you have God, you have God's love, you have money, you have family, you have food. But generally, a lot of those things I mentioned, you can somehow get back, right? It's not like, oh no, if I leave my family is not gonna come back. Yeah, I mean, it's your family. They are still your family at the end of the day. Money, you can run out of money. You can definitely run out of food. The world can have food. But then what can you do? You can grow it back, right? Like, say for example, you eat a burger. It goes into your digestive system, comes out. But where you go, they made a lot of other burgers, right? They've made a lot of other burgers. So you have that. Money, same way. You can spend a lot of money, finish your money runs out. You can make a lot of money. Money will come through in a whole lot of different ways. You never know. Like it's that simple in life. Keep it simple, stupid. Money is like that. However, time is what you don't have. Time is what can't come back. If you waste a minute is gone. It's not like, oh no, you can get another minute. You don't know what's gonna happen. You really, really don't know what's gonna happen. You're in the world, you think you have time. No, you don't sometimes. You don't have time. Like even now, it's not like I'm panicking, but I'm generally afraid. Not afraid, but I'm generally like, if I were to do something, I'm a bit worried as though if I don't do it, I feel like I don't have time, right? And if I don't have time, I feel like that whatever I didn't have time to do, I might not get the chance to do it again. So one thing you got to do is live your life. Live your life. Like the song, hey. It's like you're waiting a whole life, so live your life. I don't exactly know those lyrics, but it's got the same message, right? Now, no matter what, you do something that you love, man. Even if you don't do something that you love, do something that you'll experience. Like, okay, I can at least tell it as a story. Because life is about experiencing things. Have you ever been to a car meet? Go to one. You know you've never been to one. I know, yes, I know. You sitting here like, okay, maybe I've been to one. Maybe it's just been a car show, right? Maybe one car show in the last 5 years or 15 years or something. Something that you haven't done in such a long time. Do it. Every week, church. Car events. If you don't do it, what's the point? You don't know what it's like. I love going to car events. I'll be honest. I love going to car events. Because the car events I love going to. Like, I get to meet people. Like, I get to meet people who are in the industry. I get to meet people who are like, okay, I want to have a connection with you. In an industry that I know you work in, that I like, that I can benefit you in. Right? I am not one of those who would just go to a car event just to look at cars. Yes, I am actually. I would go to look at cars, but that's not the only reason I go. Car events, in my opinion, are cool. And you know what? I will not lie. Sometimes I attend them, sometimes I don't. But I'll always say, okay, you know what? There's a car event. Let me consider at least going. Even if I don't, okay, there's some more. Now, that's contradicting what I just said now. Because honestly, it's like, okay, as if there's gonna be another one. Okay, there's gonna be another one. There's gonna be another one, right? No, sometimes there isn't another one. I'll tell you a little bit of a story. This was last year's event. So I wanted to go to M-Fest because BMW had an M-Fest, right? So what they decided to do was they decided to actually bring out some cool cars. What happened is, last year they were introducing two new cars into the world, the XM and the M2, and it was 50 years of BMW's motorsport division. I wrote an article about it. I was planning on going with my people because, well, firstly, I went to the Festival of Motoring. Secondly, M-Fest was coming up real soon, so I was like, you know what, let's go. I decided to write about it, get some accreditation. Accreditation was denied because, well, obviously, I don't think they knew the amount of stuff I've made. So, like, okay, you know what? Let me just go. Okay, I had the system of transferring money through my mother because my bank card was defunct at that point. So my accounts were like overdrawn and stuff like that. So I didn't have a properly working bank account. What happened was I decided to actually try and see if I can go get a ticket. Yeah, right. Look, okay, M-Fest is happening. Now this was the biggest event. My boys was gonna come. Like, we planned this out since the Festival of Motoring. What happened was the year sort of went through, but I was still in school. I met this girl. She was a cutie. She is still a cutie to this day. And if you do see her, follow her on a social media platform. So I decided, you know what, I don't know. She saw me vying, and then we decided to go out for a couple of times. So I decided, let me invite her to M-Fest. Yeah. Now she's new to the area I was at. So I decided, you know what, okay, I'll come see if I can make a plan. Now that time the Festival of Motoring did chow most of my money. And it did take a chunk because I only took one of my boys with me. So I wanted to take all my peoples with me. Took my brother, I wanted to do that. Right? Bro! M-Fest was everywhere. Like, it was on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. 947 even had a post about it. It was cool. It was actually quite dope. And what had happened was, unlike the Festival of Motoring, which I learned the hard way, tickets were not gate bought. So you can't just go to the event, which ironically was not the case because it was the exact same location as the Festival of Motoring in which you could. Went there. Came back. Woo! Whoa! Let me explain. The weekend of M-Fest, I had done a video on my social media platform where I reviewed a car. Now this was in 2021, so it was actually quite a dope video. So I wanted to post it on M-Fest Day because I didn't want the video to be late, and my social media channel was picking up. So I decided, you know what, I'll post it for that day, right? Posted it for that day. It's like, hey, yo, prepared it, everything, and it was a big one. It was even a cool car. Check my other channel for that, Thabi Hot Boy. It may have numbers, Thabi Hot Boy 6576, but it's still Thabi Hot Boy. The one with the red, and it says Thabi Hot Boy. That's me. So, anyway, to that, I decided, you know what, let me go on a Sunday or the Saturday, right? Got tickets, was planning on going on a Sunday. Bro, Saturday everybody said, nah, the tickets were sold out. Sunday morning, no tickets. I was like, what happened? Check Twitter, because that's where all the connections were. BMW South Africa confirmed they will not be producing any more tickets for the festival, for the M-Fest, and tickets like that would not be coming back, right? Yo, the heartbreak. So I was like, you know what, F it, man. I spent that whole morning trying to get tickets from people, and I was even about to go there and say, you know what, let me pay, I'll get these tickets, I'll get 1 or 2 tickets, or let's take me and my bro. It is what it is. It was what it was. The tickets were sold out on Wednesday. That week on Wednesday. Gone. That's how quick they sold out. Like, bro, can't imagine so quickly. That's how quickly it sold out. I'd say it's one of the regrets, but it isn't really, because as much as I like the M Fest, as much as I like to attend an M Fest, I mean, I've never attended an M Fest before. I've not even attended the main track of going onto the Kyalami racetrack at Kyalami Festival of Motoring. But you know what? I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Like, I would have probably not known the logistics of having to go there, so I think it was better for everybody if I didn't go, even though I did regret it. And I thought they was gonna come back this year, but it was like, nah, because BMW this year was at Kyalami Festival of Motoring, which I really, well, I was fortunate enough to see, but I wasn't really fortunate enough to attend. A lot of people got the, actually no, I did attend it. The only problem was, I wanted to go around the track at around, what's its face, 9 p.m., right? Bro, I missed 2 chances for track. 2 chances to go on the main track. Being taken out on the main track. First of all, I couldn't go to the BMW thing. Because last year I was like, okay, you know what? I learned from AMG. Because AMG, everybody went at about 8, and then the thing was fully booked by 10. So then by the time I got there by, 1, it was already fully booked. This year, BMW hosted, where they took a lot of M cars around the track. Dope, proper, absolutely fantastic, splendid. I think it was fully booked at 9 a.m. I came there by 11. Secondly, Auto Trader had cars going around the track, one of which was the recently revised AMG A45S. Now, bearing in mind, the last AMG I've been in was not an A45S. It was an A45, GLA 45 and 2, and it was around the small track there. This year, I was fortunate enough, I drove one of the cars around the small track, but I wasn't fortunate enough to capture it as nicely due to the fact that my phone, well, my main content phone got stolen, so it was a whole drama issue. But, and then the other phone didn't want to work, and my cameraman was what it was. So, so it's sort of like I regret, but I don't regret. But there are also scenarios where you have to actually take it by its heels. Like, I'll tell you one thing. School, church, and generally work, you have to be there on time. You have to make a good first impression. And I've learned this the hard way today, because then one thing that's effervescent is called Murphy's Law. And if you are a part of something where you know that by the time you're gonna go there, you are not going to actually, like, you're not going to survive, Murphy's Law is going to eat you up. It will eat you up. Today it did that. I went to Marab's. I got car parts. I went to get a haircut. No, actually no, I didn't go for car parts. I had a car part interview I needed to go to, right? Yo, Murphy's Law ate me up so much. My man's, I went for grooming. My hair looking good. Dapper, absolutely fantastic, splendid. My man's took so long. I had to do a top and tap full on shower, but only like literally a 30-second shower. Okay, we'll say 30 seconds to a minute. I don't know necessarily. I think it was like more like what, 2 minutes or so shower. But I made sure everything was clean. I had to iron my top. I had to play as if I got lost, because, well, Hereville, I thought I was around the corner. Poor petrol. Bro, petrol, the machine declined so many times. First of all, it was the card. Secondly, it was the card. Then it was the machine. Then the network. I was like, at that point, I'm late. I really wasn't sure what was happening, right? Yo. Sometimes you have to. It's not all about planning things in advance. Like, I planned everything to the T. I came out at the right time. The only problem was the travel that got me. The travel got me. Everything else was fine. Everything else was fine. All on my part is fine. And I prepared for this. I prepared. I even had something I didn't even need to have. And I brought it and I was prepared. Moiness. Absolute moiness. Well, we'll see. We'll see. At least today I got a good watch. And you know what the worst part is? Actually, back on the time thing. One thing is you have to do things that you love. You know why? Because the reason I need to get a suit is because I needed to go to a funeral of a dearly departed relative of mine. Meaning, the dearly departed relative of mine, I really wanted him to see some of the stuff I had. Bro, if you don't see the stuff that you have, if you don't see time, if you don't spend time with the people that are there, you are going to lose them. And if you lose them, you're gonna regret it, because you don't know how long people are in the world for. Like, I'm fortunate to have both my parents, and I love them. I love them. I love God. I love all the people that are in my life. But sometimes you get the feeling that you know that you have someone, but you take them for granted without knowing that you're taking them for granted. Like, say for example, you say you need to owe somebody money. You think, okay, I have this time, I have this time, I have this time. You don't know that when someone needed that money at the time, that when you needed the money at the time, they gave it to you. When someone needed that money at the time, you need to give it to them, but you didn't have it at the time, right? But you don't know, like, where the person might be. You don't know what the person might be in a scenario. I mean, geez, it's something I've never ever seen a lot of people take this into consideration until it comes to the topic of death. Meaning, and this is a message to all of you guys. If you don't have the time in the world, make the time. If you don't, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, their relationships you might mess up. Like, think about it. The relationships you might mess up. The scenarios that you know were created for what you were planning on doing, but if you don't have that, you will not discover that. You will not see what you have seen. You will regret not doing the stuff that you planned on doing. Like, I saw a post that said, you can have all the time in the world, but you'll never be a 20-year-old with an M3 ever again. So do the stuff that you love. Buy the cars that you want. Absolutely go for whatever decision. You see a nice girl, shoot your shot. If she becomes your friend, dope. If she doesn't become your friend, no. Okay, well. If she becomes more, oh yes, you slicer. But always go for what you want. Always go for what you want. Always go, because you don't know how much time you have left. It's not a timer like, okay, it's a microwave timer. Think of life as a really long microwave timer. Once that ping hits, your food is done running. Once that ping hits, your time is up, and you'll find yourself next to God, and God will show you a book of people you're supposed to be. Author, presenter, this, that, the next thing. Racing driver, this, that, the next thing. Slim fit, big dude, impacted the world. And you fat. You lived with your parents the entire time you were born. You were so into whatever you were doing. You worked at a clerk dealership You worked at a car, no, not a car dealership. You worked at a clerk's store. You worked at a sales store, just trying to make ends meet. Bro, really? And then you look at what God is showing you, where you were supposed to be the people He was showing you. You skinny, you fat. You skinny, you fat. You probably had a donut on the way there. You're like, okay. You tired. No one knows you. And you're looking at the list and you're like, God, that's not me. And He's like, that's what you're supposed to be. And that is something I got from David Goggins. Thank you. Whatever you do, thank you. And whatever you do, be happy. Be happy. Be grateful for the time that you have. If you haven't missed an event, be grateful that you got a chance to go to these events. Even if you didn't do anything, even if you were just there for 2 minutes, be grateful. I went to a BMW showing of two cars, the M2 and the XM. It was fun. To this day, I'm eternally grateful. I even took this car. I'm eternally grateful. I'm eternally, and you know what? I just have to take a time to thank everybody that was in my life. The fans that are listening here. Shoot, I mean, you listen to me babble on all the time, but you listen, and I don't know if it impacts you, but it might. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my people, my friends. Be thankful, man. Be thankful. Be thankful that you are, because the decisions that you've made in your life, yes, you're gonna regret them, but look at you now. These decisions are now a result of who you are. Like, you are who you are. You are where you are at because of these decisions. Not necessarily who you are, but you are where you are at because of the decisions that you made. So even if you made a decision where you think, yo, I'm regretting it, I've regretted it, you're gonna live and learn. Some regret, some decisions you'll regret, some decisions you'll learn from, some decisions you don't even know, but they could have saved your life. I'll give you an example. Michael Jackson. He was supposed to meet at the World Trade Center. He overslept. Guess when the date was? September 11, 2001. At around 9. He overslept. He lived another 12 years. No, 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. 8 years. Gave us glorious music. Touched kids. Gave people pop icons to work with. Messed with Prince. Created Never Never Land. Made great friendships. Put himself on TV. Even plotted the best revenges. He was a living legend. Even now he's still a legend. And you know what? Had it been for the time where he had actually gone there and woken up on time, what would have happened? He wouldn't have been here. In the same way, Sterling Moss. He had a horrific accident in practice, and he was supposed to join an F1 match in 62? 62. 62. He would have most likely been killed if he had gone through with it. He would have most likely been killed if he hadn't got up and said, you know what, nah. But he woke up, he had to retire, but now he had to live for another 50 years, being the legend that he is. And actually there's a picture on my, I'd say my resume, but I'd also say in my folder of, and on my Twitter in fact, of me in a Ferrari. And on the part where I'm sitting, in the driver's seat, which of course is a left-hand drive car, it says Sterling Moss, Sir Sterling Moss. And that was captured at the Kyle Army 9 hour, of which I was fortunate enough to go to. And you know what? I loved every minute of it. And that's what you should do with life. Love every minute of it. This has been a hot topic with Thabi Hot Boy. Cheers.